Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. It's Jessica, and I'm doing a live chat. I'm hoping this will not be a very lengthy live chat, but I do want to share three apps that I feel like job seekers really should use, whether you're just starting out your job search or you're getting close to like one company is going to extend you an offer, right? You're expecting that to happen. So there are three apps. I'm also going to share an additional site that I feel everyone should be using. Two of them, I think some folks have already heard of. Two, I don't know if everyone's really heard of these. So I'm going to jump into them. Now, I will say two of them 100% are apps. Like you should be using them on your mobile device. You can use them via your PC, but it's a lot easier if you just download the app. But I'm going to try to showcase them on the screen here. And then the other two you can use online, no problem. Hello Achi, hello Sharam, and hello Fly by G Money. Hello, how are you? Okay, so let's get into the first one that I want to talk about, and it's going to be this. And I don't know how this is going to play on here, so we'll see. Also, Fly by G Money, let me know if my volume is okay before I share this one. If it's wonky, just let me know. Hello, Barry. Hey, how are you? Shout out to Barry. He's one of my members. So if you are interested in tech, anything tech, but especially different types of phones and cameras, check him out. King of Kill is in here. Shout out to my other member, the teddy bear. So King of Kill, I don't think has content or anything right now, but definitely appreciate your support. Okay, so Fly by G Money says it sounds great. Okay, cool. So the first app I want to talk about, I'm actually going to show you a mini video of it, and then we're going to go into the app. And I hope it shows okay. Let's see if it shows up right.
It's called Fishbowl. It's like Glassdoor meets.
And it doesn't. I don't hear any sound. Hold on one second.
It's called Fishbowl. It's like Glassdoor.
Okay, I don't know if I'm sharing it and I'm being muted or if it's actually playing. So I'm just gonna let it play. Let me know in the comments if you do not hear this video.
It's called Fishbowl. It's like Glassdoor meets Reddit. So people talk openly about their salaries on this app? Yes, and there's so many companies listed on the app as well. Whoa, so how do I download it? I put the direct link in my bio. Hey, I want.
Okay, so I caught a really quick screenshot of this because I was like, oh, this basically wraps up what I want to say about it. So, Fishbowl is the first app I want to talk about. It's an app that someone I worked with told me about. We were just kind of chatting about some things, and she was like, you need to use Fishbowl. And so that's what I'm going to bring up here first because I really do feel like this one is a great tool to use if you are one looking to connect with other professionals in your field. I think it's great, but then especially if you're on the job search, I think it's really good. Check out Fishbowl. Now, a few things to note out here. You do have to use your work email to use Fishbowl, and you have to use it for the next app that I'm going to talk about. So just putting that out there. You can make it easy to sign up by using LinkedIn, but you will have to use your work email. And the reason for that is this is really a place where you can get inside information into certain companies and practices that they're doing, interview tips, compensation information, all of that. So they want to verify that folks are actually working at these companies. And so the way that they do that is to, have everyone use their actual work email address. And then you have to sign in that way, and verify from that email address, right? Hello, Associate Minister. Welcome, Terry Jones. Hello, Edward. Shout out to my other member. Shout out to Pete. I see you in the chat. Okay, so this is the overall look. So you see here, I have my name, I got my picture up there, my title, and then company. And then you will see that I on my side, my bowls are, the company, human resources, recruiters, salaries, and HR. The biggest reason I believe you should use Fishbowl if you are either on the job search or you're trying to figure out, okay, am I on the right track career wise? Am I getting paid, according to what I'm actually doing? Am I on track to what other people are doing? Hey, I want to try something else. Let's say I'm a recruiter and I want to shift into becoming an HR generalist or HR business partner, which I actually did. And then I came back to recruiting. But you can learn about what are some things that I need to do. Should I get a certification? Do I need to get a degree? Are there any programs I need to look at? Are there companies that are more open to hiring folks with less experience in a certain field? You can get a lot of insight from Fishbowl. And the great thing about it, although you do see my name and my picture right here, you can post and answer people anonymously. So people can really be open to talking. So if you see here, there's someone that says it's a human resource director. Let's talk salary for those who are comfortable with it. What is your title, salary, and location? For me, HR director, 80,000, Phoenix, Arizona. So you'll see there's 36 shares on here. There's 439 comments. So this is just one sector of Fishbowl. When you actually sign up, you will select like your industry. If you're in tech, like say Barry, if you're in security, like Edward, if you're in recruiting and HR, like I am, you get to select which industry you're in. So that way they can really cater to those conversations. Let's say if you're maybe you're just in college, you're like, hey, I'm trying to get into a certain field. You can use this app to understand, okay, what are people actually making out of college, right? What are some things you need to do to get into your field of interest? So this is a really cool place. Also, you can learn about benefits, how teams are structured, performance, like all types of conversations, right? And you can also network with people. You could take a conversation off of Fishbowl and just network with folks. Thank you, Edward. Please do hit the like button if you are in the chat. I appreciate it to let YouTube know that you like the video and so that others can find out the information too. So this is Fishbowl overall. There is a section over here you see Explore Bowls. They got women of color professionals, privacy law, organizational development and human capital, working moms, startup and entrepreneurship. So there's a lot of different ways you can actually connect with people. These are just a few that they're highlighting for me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You can go to companies as well, connect with people that way. But again, I do just want to point out, you can post, you can ask questions and everything anonymously. So that's the first one. I think everyone should download Fishbowl, especially just highlighting this one right here. Let's talk salary for those who are comfortable with it. And people are very comfortable sharing salary. Let's say I had an offer in front of me and the pay was 150 and I was like, or 150,000. And I wanted to figure out, okay, does this make sense? What do the benefits look like? They're giving me a bonus. Does this sound about right for this title? You can share that openly and have people actually let you know at this company, title, pay, location, if that's actually relatable to other folks. So I like it because it helps drive that conversation in terms of, salary and just inside information you want to know. Not everyone feels comfortable, even though I recommend talking to your friend groups and people in your field about compensation or, career progression and things. Sometimes people are just shy. They don't want to talk about it. People don't want to talk about money. That's fine. Maybe you're more comfortable talking about it with anonymous people. You're sharing stuff anonymously. They don't even know, right? But you can actually connect with real people in a space that's pretty safe. So that's the first one I want to highlight. So that one was Fishbowl. Let me just check the comments and I'm going to move on to the next one. Thank you all for letting me know you could hear that guy. Thank you. All right. Indiscretion Pete, hello. Associate Minister and Reserve Deacon, Mr. Cherry Jones. Okay, I got the full name on there. If you're still in here, hello to you. Thank you, Edward, for sharing me out. I appreciate it. Edward, just want to highlight you. Thank you so much for sharing out my content. You are very consistent with that, and I so appreciate it. Okay, so we looked at Fishbowl. That's the number one app. If you are a professional, if you're on a job search, if you want to know if your pay is structured right, you need to go to Fishbowl, whether you're looking for a job or not. In my opinion, I think it's a great tool for professionals. The next one I'm going to share. Oh, I don't know if I have the video for it. Oh, well, I have this one. Okay, so I just showed that to highlight the Blind app. So the Blind app we will look at on the actual full screen, but the Blind app I use because initially I wanted to get inside information about FANG companies. So your Facebook, Amazon, your, what's the second A? Apple, Netflix, and then Google. So they make up the FANG companies. And I was like, okay, I need to figure out their pay structures, like what people do. I need to figure out some insider information in here. I need to figure out interview process, all of that. I just wanted to learn about it. And the other part of Blind is you can find a ton of jobs, Now, a lot of them are more so catered towards tech. I do feel like Blind is a little more tech heavy, but Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, they have a ton of other areas that they hire for, right? I'm a content recruiter right now. I used to be a tech recruiter. I've done marketing recruiting, PR recruiting, accounting, pretty much you name it. I've probably done it. I'm just now getting into legal recruiting. So this app I do like as well. So I'm going to highlight it and bring it up onto the screen. Let's see. Hello, Shar. I saw you come in. Let me take this out. I'm gonna stop screen share and then I'm gonna reshare it so I can bring up the different one because I was still on the Fishbowl app and I don't want to see that one. So this is Blind, if you can see. So you see this is the website, but I recommend actually downloading the app because I just feel like it's easier. But you can find work colleagues. You can, now this is a tool, recruiters are out here. You can get company insights. I think the most beneficial is going to be the career section, which I just showed you from what it will look like on your phone, where you can just scroll and look and see. But then also, you can actually have conversations about just different topics. So if I were to go back up here, I could write a post. I do have to log in. I honestly don't remember my login details. I have the app on my phone and I never did it from the computer. So, but I could actually write a post and ask questions. So some of the posts that I've seen have been, okay, I got this offer from Microsoft. It's 100,000. The title is associate engineer. I'm making that up. The bonus is this. The restricted stock units is this much, or the stock units, or whatever. They'll talk about their total package, and they'll say the title of it and the location, similar to Fishbowl, and you get a full view. Like I've seen people say, nope, ask for more. They could do this at that level. Like it's really open. So very, very open. You can have open conversations about compensation. And so again, that's like a really big factor. I say Fishbowl for anyone. If you're just a professional, you're trying to connect with people, you want to network with people, you do want to find out compensation, but also other things too. You just want to learn about your profession. Fishbowl is a must. But then Blind, I feel like this is where when you have a job offer, you come to make sure it's right, because especially if you're in the FANG or tech space, engineering. It's, I think, really good because it is catered towards a lot of those folks. So you'll see popular companies on here: Meta, Google. So I guess we should really be calling it Mang at this point instead of FANG, because the app is Facebook, or was Facebook. Anyway, so Meta, Google, Shopify, Microsoft, Uber, Amazon, Oracle, ByteDance, or TikTok, Twitter, Databricks, so tech heavy, right? And then you see some of the posts here. Now, I will say they have this mental health section. You see this person saying, no longer find my spouse attractive. That's not really what I'm into, right? But, you know, people will post different things out here about locations too. Let's say if you're wanting to move, you're going to move from Dallas to Seattle. You can find out Seattle crime is out of control. Yikes, right? People are openly sharing. Now, this is not a site that's very heavily guarded, so people can say things. So if you feel a certain way about a post, just use it for what it is, right? Someone saying, "Rip, rest in peace, Meta." Talk to a few director level folks at Meta, and everyone is unanimously agreeing on rapid fall of Meta. So people just, they come here, they openly share. Let's say you're interested in Meta and you're like, what is going on in this company? Like, I hear great things. They got this metaverse stuff going on. It's new. You just talked to a hiring manager about a great opportunity, but you really want to get an insight into, you know, inside scoop into, okay, what is the culture like? How are people feeling? Do you like things there? You're going to get folks that are just venting, of course, but it can give you a little bit of insight that you don't have because you don't work at a company. So you have no idea. No idea. You see a post right here: Black Americans are almost twice as likely to be denied a mortgage. So people can share articles about different things, different topics. So yeah, it's just a free space for you to, for me, I don't use it for the personal stuff, but I do use it just to kind of get a little inside information about different workspaces. And I'm a recruiter, so if there's something going on with Meta, people are complaining, it's good for me to know because I can use it in my little, you know, my little bag. If someone works there, they're thinking about leaving, it helps with driving some conversations. I don't work at Meta, by the way. Okay, so let me look at the comments. Okay, I missed some folks. Hello, Shar. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hello, Meet and I. Welcome. Nice to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. And then I think I missed a comment. Oh, King of Kill. So King of Kill says, that's dope. If this catches on, how do you think it will affect the job market? You know, I think a lot of people know about these apps, but King of Kill, let me know if you've heard about them. Folks in the chat, have you heard of Fishbowl? Have you heard of Blind? Have you not heard of either of them? I feel like it helps because it does help, kind of like Glassdoor, which we'll get into. That is the third place that I do recommend people go to if they're looking at a job offer. Fishbowl, Blind, double check, make sure you're getting good pay, right? Because we know a lot of the larger companies are using salary calculators and things, are staying close to market rates, but not every company is so good at that. And we know that there's typically discrepancies with what people get paid, what women get paid, what people of color get paid, particularly Black people get paid. So that's my perspective there. I think it will level the playing field for a lot of people that at least know about these apps. But from my understanding, I don't know if everyone does. I don't know if everyone uses these apps. I don't know if I'm the only one that has mentioned these. Like, have you heard of these before? Edward, King of Kill, Meet and I, Shar, anyone that's on the job search, Barry, have you heard of these different apps to utilize in your job search? Because I do think they're important. I think it helps from a candidate perspective. And then like, I also think, to answer your question, King of Kill, with the job market, I think these tools are also helpful because companies and recruiters are likely going to, at some point, wiggle in there and try to get insights of what people are talking about. Um, Find out what compensations do look like at other companies, because sometimes as a recruiter, I don't know everything. Like if I don't work at Meta, I don't really know about the compensation structures for every job, especially in certain areas where we have new jobs, we have new legal jobs, we have new tech jobs. With innovation, there are new jobs that come up, like crypto specialist. That wasn't a thing before, right? Blockchain developer, that wasn't a thing years ago. That's a new job. So you have to figure out, okay, how do you what is the pay structure with that type of job? So I think that it can only help to have these different conversations going on from the candidate perspective and from the job seeker or candidate and recruiter perspective too. But especially for the candidate, like I think just for real people, like if I'm looking for a job, this is why I'm sharing it today. Is I want people to utilize these tools. If you're a subscriber of mine, I want you to have everything in your wheelhouse that you need to make sure you're getting a really good offer. And the other thing with Blind, you can also get interview tips, especially when it comes to a lot of the tech companies. Everyone wants to get in there, right? So it's very competitive. And it makes the interview process tougher. But if you can get insight into what does this process look like, what are some tips that you have for me? I'm trying to get this job, whatever. It can be helpful to you. Let's see. Edward says, I've heard of Fishbowl, but not familiar with it. Well, definitely if you're like just trying to explore different perspectives, or you're looking at compensation, trying to figure out if your compensation is right, it can be helpful. Barry says, I haven't heard of them, so truly appreciate this. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad I was able to share that with you today. King of Kill says, I haven't heard of them. Okay, well, King of Kill, here you go. So 2 apps. And then the last one I'm going to talk about just to round this conversation out is Glassdoor. You need to look on Glassdoor if you're thinking about joining a company. Glassdoor is not 100% always right, but we use Glassdoor for finding jobs. We use Glassdoor for reviewing companies, and you can use Glassdoor for looking at the reviews that other people have left, whether it's about the interview process, the benefits, the compensation, the team structure. Majority of the people writing reviews on Glassdoor have likely worked at a specific company, and they're sharing their experience. So it can be helpful. Now, do companies try to get the great employees, the people that love the company, to write reviews? Some companies do. So that does happen. And then do people feel disgruntled and get upset and they just go in and write a terrible review that may or may not really be warranted? Yes. But overall, I use Glassdoor just to get a general sense of a company's work culture and just the sentiments that employees have. If a ton of employees are like, this is not it, it may not be it. Now, you should, I need to log in, I think, but you should definitely be able to look at the overall rating, because Glassdoor uses a 5-point star rating. So if there's a company that's like a 2 or 3 rating, I would give it a second look and really dig into some of the reviews out there. And I would just kind of play it that way. Normally, let me see if I can just search a company, because this is going to be playing around. Let's see. Okay. This is showing me better what I want. This is more so what I want. So I'm just looking at Meta, and I'm just looking at overall information. So this can also be a good way to get some details about a company quickly if you don't want to dig in really extensively and look at their news articles and all of that. You can get a quick high-level view of the company, like when it was founded, what sector it's in, how many employees. You can also see Glassdoor does have a best place to work. They do every year. You got a YouTube video where they're talking about metaverse. So you can kind of follow what's new, what's the leadership, and overall. Here, I would say look into the reviews. They have 11,000 reviews. So you can get into it. I'm not signing into here, but you can definitely look into the reviews there. But I think Meta has overall pretty good reviews. It's going to try to make me sign in. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, it's just going to keep making me do it. So anyway, that's Glassdoor. The last one I have to highlight is just LinkedIn. I'm not going to show LinkedIn. I talked about LinkedIn a ton. You should be on LinkedIn because you can always connect with people that you know. LinkedIn will show you if you are connected with a person that works at a company that you were trying to apply to or that you did apply to. Or if you just click on a company from LinkedIn, you will see people that you're connected with that work there. And so you can always reach out to them and just get a little insight, get a referral, whatever you need to do to better your chances of getting the job. Or if you're at that point where you have the job offer and you're just trying to figure out, okay, do I really want to be here? It can be helpful to actually talk to someone that works at the company. I actually did that. I did that before accepting an opportunity, my most recent opportunity to join a company. I reached out to someone. I actually was not connected with them. I just reached out to them. I saw they were a person of color. They were a woman, and I was like, oh, alrighty, you look good. Let me just reach out to you and get your experience, right? And it was helpful because I was able to get real feedback from an actual person, not affiliated with whether I get the job or not. No offense to recruiters, but not all recruiters are really wanting to find the best candidate necessarily and are level headed to the point where they'll, if someone tells them certain information, they'll go, oh, you got to go where you're at. Maybe you need to stay there. So they have a vested interest in you accepting the job. Of course, if you're a solid candidate, the hiring manager, the team likes you, they like you, of course they're going to want you to join the team. And so they're going to really sell an opportunity and a company to you. It's your job to really figure out really what are some of the pain points of the company, right? Where is the company going? What do people not like? What do people like? Just to figure out what you will like and what you can expect. So I recommend using all of these tools because I want folks that are looking at an opportunity to really be able to have everything they need and have the information they need to make the best decision for them. You don't want buyer's remorse when you are accepting a job opportunity. And so these tools can help you. So we talked about Fishbowl, we talked about Blind. Both of those are apps, but you can also look at them online. You do need your work email to sign in. That's how they verify people. And then the other tools are going to be Glassdoor. And then the bonus is, of course, LinkedIn. I talk about it all the time. So those are it. What questions do you guys have for me before I log off? It is really warm in here. I turned my AC down and then I turned it back up because I was getting cold. I'm a little temperamental when it comes to temperature. Like my ideal temperature would be Florida, maybe. Florida off the coast. Off the coast and get that ocean breeze. So like tropical type of weather. Dallas is hot right now. Like we are in a weather advisory. It's just hot. So, but I turned down the AC because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's hot in here. And then I got cold. Like I literally had a blanket. I was like, well, let me turn up the AC, conserve electricity and all that because we're getting the notifications of that too. And now I'm warm again. Ridiculous. Anyway, all that, I'm just gonna wait here, see if there's any questions. If not, just let me know in the chat. Thumbs up. Thank you for the info. Peace out. So I'm not sitting here, but that's really all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to share the information with you all because I wasn't sure if people knew about it or not. Because Fishbowl, I didn't know about before. I knew about Blind, but I didn't know about Fishbowl. Why do I keep saying Fish app? Fishbowl. It does have a slightly funny name. But yeah. Hello, Smart Aviation. Definitely check out Smart Aviation if you're interested in aviation topics, planes and such. Okay, let me pull up this last one just so you know what I'm talking about. Wait, did I close it? No. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna highlight, out of all of these, my favorite is definitely Fishbowl. So if you take nothing else away from this conversation, if you download none of these apps, if you don't check any of these websites out, definitely at least look at Fishbowl. And I just think the conversations out here are very important to have insight into, and especially if you have a job opportunity that you're considering, you want to come out here, ask the right questions from the right people, and really get a good understanding of what a company is like. And also, again, making sure you have the right compensation expectations. So, with that, I'm going to close it out. Let me stop sharing that screen. All right. So thank you all for watching. If you're watching the replay, definitely hit the like button. Let me know that you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you actually have heard of these apps or if this was completely new to you. And then if you are considering a job opportunity, or if you're interviewing for a job, or if you're just trying to figure out your current situation, if you're paid what you need, or if you're trying to move into a career, whatever, let me know. Come back to the video and let me know if these apps have been beneficial to you. I would love to hear about it because I think they're super helpful. Thank you, Edward. Thank you all for coming by. Again, hit that like button, leave me a comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.